Don't let greatness be the enemy of good enough. Actually, I think the saying is, don't let good enough be the enemy of greatness. But I like my way better. And it's true, and it applies to pool. I mean, you're not creating an entertaining masterpiece to delight the crowds and the audiences. Your audience, if you're not playing pro pool, consists of a homeless guy and a drunk guy and someone's bored girlfriend who's sitting there trying to figure out how to get out of this boring ass life. Yeah, I mean, forget being a hero and just win. Do what you have to do to win. And it's not very entertaining, and it looks simple, and it's boring. But you have more money. And ultimately, you have more notoriety, more fame. Because you won. No one really remembers how you win. They remember that you won. So, yeah, the 6 rail shot to get perfect shape through traffic and all that other stuff. It's fleeting. It's fleeting, put it that way, and it gets you dead broke. And when it doesn't work out for you, you look, which is more often than not, you look like a total dingbat. Yeah. So just win. Just do what you have to do to win. And in pools, that means keeping it simple. So, unfortunately, but I mean, it is what it is. I've been saying that so much lately. It's like every other sentence is, yeah, well, it is what it is. Anyhow, let's get on with the video production. Alright, let's take a look at this table. Here's the cue ball. Here's the 1 buried deep in this corner pocket. 1 to the 2. 2 to the 3, 3 to the 4, 4 to the 5, 5 to the 6, 6 to the 7, 7 to the 8, and the 8 to the 9. A couple issues. This 8 to the 9 is an issue. 4 to the 5 is an issue, and this 1 ball is an issue. We'll explain the other 2 as we go, as we proceed around this rag. But let's start with this 1 ball right now. If this 3 ball wasn't here, the option would be to go rail first and barely skim this 1 ball in. Use this bottom rail, or this top rail, this side rail to get back on this 2 ball. Now with that option, we can come up short and shoot this 2 in the corner. We can go long and shoot the 2 in the side. But the 3 ball is there, so I don't even know why we're talking about that. The other popular option is top left on this to barely skim the 1 ball and come off this top rail and stay on this side of the table. That's what the left-hand English is for. For a straight-in shot on the side. And the reason you want to get straight in on this side pocket shot is so you can just roll up on this 3 ball. Or you could choose to stop it and use this rail to get back on this 4. A better option is roll a little bit forward and get an angle on this 3 ball to go down again to this top rail and bounce off this rail for a straight in shot on the 4 ball. I choose to draw this ball back, and I know that's a dangerous option, and a lot of people think I'm crazy for doing this because it's a long draw shot and you're spinning the ball backwards down table 5 feet and back up table 5.5 feet to get straight in on this 4. And it's easy to go long here, and you get stuck behind this 5. And now if you come up short to where we are right now on this 2 ball, you're going to have to go to this rail, and then you're going back into traffic to get back on this 3. Very unwise to draw this shot, but I'd do it. I do it just because I'm very confident with this shot. I practiced it a lot when I was young, and I still practice it today as I'm old. Yeah, that's my marquee shot. So the reason, again, you want to get straight in is so you can put this cue ball anywhere on this line that you want to put it on to get on this 3 ball. And I do put top on it and push it up to the 2. But here, where I have the perfect angle to go down to this top rail, I choose not to. I choose to draw it back over here, and I don't draw it hard enough this time. And it just died sooner than expected here. We're going to cut right there because the heater just came on. I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are on the 4 ball, and I call this a wedge shot. And there's a good reason for it. If you put a little bit of draw on this, the rail is trying to push it this way, and the 4 ball is holding it this way. So it really has one angle to go to if you put center draw on it, and that's straight back into the 5 ball, which is what I'm trying to do here. But I want to hit it hard. I don't want to just roll up on the 5 ball and get frozen on it, of course. I want to hit it full, and I want to hit it hard to push it up just a couple inches and get a little bit of distance between the cue ball and the 5 ball for the same straight in shot for the side pocket. And the reason I want to get straight in on the 5 is just so I can roll up on this 6. It's a perfect angle to just roll up on this 6 ball and to either go 2 rails and get on the line for the 7, or just use 1 round and roll down for a shot on the 7. This is what I call a wedge shot. I do believe that's a unique term. I'm not positive. But when a ball just has, this 4 ball is actually acting as a very stiff rail. It's not going to throw the ball back up, but it's more like a wall. So you have this 90-degree angle, and you're shooting right into the wedge where those 2 angles come together. A little bit wobbly there on my stroke. And I don't hit it full. I hit it a little bit above full. We can go back and look at it, and you can see right there it's not full ball. So this ball is going further this way than I wanted to. Not down table, but a little bit of an angle where it's not going to be straight in, and the cue ball is coming up a little bit to where it's even worse. And here's the shot that separates great players from the pros and good players from great players. Great players with potential to be pro and good players. So if you're confident in making balls and making crazy shots, what you're going to do is try to do too much with this cue ball to get perfect on this 6 ball. And if you hit this ball hard, the natural angle is coming down this way. So there is a chance, about 40% chance, that you're going to get around this 8 ball by going up and back of it and coming back down on the 6. And then there is a chance, but it's a very bad chance, that you're going to get perfect on this 6 ball. So let's say together your chances are about 40% to get back and perfect on this 6 ball. 40% is not good. 4 times out of 10 is not good. So keep that number in the back of your head for a second. And that's a very unentertaining shot. The crowd is not going wild. I didn't do anything fancy there. But what are your chances of making the 6 ball now and getting perfect on the 7? If you're a good player, or even a potentially great player, or even a potentially pro player, your chances are about 7 out of 10. That's 70%. That's 70% doing it this way is a whole lot better than 40% of doing crazy, fancy, spinning the cue ball stuff that's going to make the crowd go wild. You understand why it's not about entertainment. It's about staying at the table, keeping your opponent in his chair and winning this game. It's about running this rack. And so what if the fans are going to sleep? You're going to be entertained when you wake up tomorrow with a whole lot more money in your pocket. See the philosophy? Yeah, the first way is going to get you in trouble, and the second way kept you out of trouble. I wanted an angle here, but I didn't get it. And the reason I wanted an angle is come off this route here and bounce up for a straight-in shot on this 8. Not to roll up and shoot this 9 ball past this side pocket all the way down the rail. This table is not put together very well, and I don't trust that shot. No matter how good you shoot this 9, it's not going to hug this rail because it's wavy. Even though it's a new rail, the cloth was not set on the rail very good, and it's wavy. And so here we are. I can't get straight in on the 9, no matter how hard I hit this or what I do with it. It's not an option to get straight in on this 8 ball, so I'm just going to have to take what I can get out of this. You can see me sweating it here a little bit. I'm sweating. So I'm just going to draw back at this angle and try to bounce off the rail a little bit so I'm not jacked up when I shoot this 8 ball. And from there, another option is to come up short on this 8 ball, short of straight in, and drawing it back off the 8 ball, shooting in this corner and hitting this 9 and knocking it off the rail. That's not a bad option in this position. I can't draw straight back and make this ball. I have to draw back at this angle here. If I try to cheat this pocket on this extreme angle, I'm jacked up here. I'm going to rattle this ball. So I'm not even going to do that. Just take what you can get out of it, and now you have to go 2 rails back on the 9, and that's to cut this ball in hard to go off this rail, and back up behind the 9. And the reason this shot is so dangerous is because we have this side pocket. Scratching is such a horrible, horrible issue, especially when you're on the 8 ball and this close to winning the game. You don't want to scratch now. You can put a lot of left-hand English on this and go to the extreme and go down or back up table. But I don't like that option, so I'm just going to try to stay as close to the 9 as I can, and I stayed a little bit too close and wound up hitting the 9. And I'm not straight in here. Now it's a foul to shoot through this 9 ball, to stroke through it and steer this 9 ball. So you have to jack up on this shot, and I have to jack up anyway because it is a cut. I'm not lined up perfectly for this corner pocket, so I have to jack up anyway and spin this 9 ball in, and that's how you do that. That's it. Just win. Forget about entertaining the crowd. That's not what it's all about. And pool at its best is boring, and that's why when these guys make it look real easy, especially when they're running 7 and 8 packs, it's like, this is boring. And this is why pool doesn't have a lot of money. And well, one of the reasons. It's not the whole story. It's boring. And until they invent a game that's not boring and that does entertain the crowd, we're stuck with it. This is what we have, so let's just win. Just win. And some players like Joshua Filler, Skylar Woolward, these guys, they get smart at a young age, and they progress past everybody. They learn the lessons that they're supposed to learn. Yeah, and these guys progress past everyone else, and everyone's like, oh, they must have natural talent. No, they're just learning the most valuable lessons in pool at a young age. That hard-headed young people just almost never learn. Some of us never learn, never ever learn, and therefore the pool games suffer greatly. Yeah, so they'll start peaking in their 50s and be like, oh my god, I wasted so much time. All I had to do was be a little smarter, a little more conservative. Why didn't I learn these lessons? Why am I still doing things the hard way? And that's what happens. So when we're young, we're brave and we're daring and we're reckless and we want to be the hero, and it looks very heroic when you go 6 rounds to get perfect shape on the following ball through traffic and through all these obstacles and bouncing off balls, and oh my god, the fans are clapping. That's what we all want to be when we're young. Then when we get old, we just want to win. Yeah, this is what happens.